Hey, it's the Word with Mercedes for Jay, and today I have a very special guest. I did want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me,
I
girl.
appreciate you for being here
Thank you.
and
I
just
appreciate
willing to share your story because I know this is a very special place in your heart. You
it.
keep it near and dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, can you introduce yourself?
I am Shay. My name is Shay. I am the mother of Naz'ier. My son, he drowned in 2022, May 21st, 2022. He was 15 years old, and that's it.
Okay. Can you tell me something that keep you remembering your son? Something that
My everyday life, honestly, my everyday life just like makes me remember my son. Like as a mother, like your kids are everything to you. Well, me personally, my kids are everything to me. I have four kids, all of
Mhm.
them. They're all at like different stages in my life, different milestones in my life. So all of my kids have like different meanings. Like they're all my kids, but they're like different stages of me going through me. My oldest son,
Mhm.
him, he's like my growing up. That's your first kid is kind of like the kid that grows up with you. Like you
Mhm.
don't know what you're doing. Like I had him when I was 16 years old or whatever. No, actually I was 17 when I had him. I got pregnant with him when I was 16. I had him when I was 17.
Mhm.
And I was still young, still want to do what I wanted to do. I
Mhm.
wasn't trying to be no mom, honestly.
Mhm.
It happened. My son came here. He was born healthy baby or whatever. And he was like kind of my first, like, that's my first best friend because, that's a kid that goes through everything with you. Your first child goes through all your trials and tribulations with you.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where it was with me. But all of my kids, like, have different meanings to me. But,
Okay.
the oldest.
So can you tell me who he was as a person and what he brought to you?
What's crazy, Mercedes? I really, my kid, like, we see our kids as our kids or whatever.
Mhm.
And like as a parent, you know your kid, but you really don't know your kid when it comes to like your kid. Like to me,
Outside of your sight.
yes.
Uh huh.
Like
Uh
so to me, he was like, that's my baby. That's my oldest. That was my fly guy. He was
huh. Mhm.
very he's so different from me. He's not like he ain't out like I'm like aggressive. I'm like an aggressive person. Well, I'm trying not to be anymore, but
Mhm.
like my kids are like the opposite from me. My oldest son, he was like the lover boy. Like he the one that
Mhm.
kept everybody together. He always like, Mom, no, like I want you to be like, no. Like I fly up to him, he's like, Mom, relax. He's like a really calm. He get that from his dad because his
Mhm.
dad is mad chill. Like his
Aw.
demeanor is mad chill. And my son, like he was just like the kind of kid that kept everything like everybody. He wanted everybody to love everybody, no
Be
matter what.
happy.
Like he
Mhm.
wasn't like an aggressive person. He wasn't a fighter. He wasn't a thug. He wasn't none of that. He was just literally a kid that like he cared more about being pretty than doing anything else. And like, listen, the haircuts was getting like a little out of control. I'm like, chill, bro.
Okay.
The
He
30,
was a
40
pretty
hours every
pretty
week, a
boy.
little get like, yeah. But he was like that kind of person that just loved
Aw.
everybody. Like it was
Okay.
hard to dislike him. If you dislike him, it's just because you didn't know him.
Mhm.
So it was like he was that kind of person. He like had a big atmosphere, and it's crazy when he died.
Mhm.
I really, really got to see like what kind of person he was. Like after
Absolutely.
he died, like I know him as my kid. To me, of course, he's my kid. He's
Mhm.
amazing, no matter what. He's
That's
mine.
right. Uh huh.
So, but you never know about people until after. Like when he
Mhm.
died, like everything, the outpour of love that I got, his friends, like even to this day, it's been 4 years that my son's been deceased, and every day he's still a part of something. He's like his memory don't die, and
That's
it's
amazing.
and I think that's where like all the love comes from. Like I feel like that's what keeps me going. Like all the
Okay.
love that I get from
Okay.
everybody from loving him. Like,
Mhm.
but he
Mhm.
was a great kid. Like great kid overall. He just
Okay.
died being a kid. I mean,
So take me back to the day of the incident.
the day was a real. It was kind of a normal day. It was
Mhm.
nothing like out of the ordinary until he left. I'm not. How do I say? I'm not like superstitious or something like that. I'm not like that kind of person. Like I have like great communication with my kids. I like talk to my kids. I call them, whatever. I blow his phone up. I don't have
Mhm.
one. So the day before he died, he he and his friends were planning on going swimming. According to them, it was like, oh, we're going swimming.
Mhm.
Then I heard one of them on the phone like, oh yeah, we could go cliff jumping. So I heard it. I was here in the kitchen. I was like, "Oh, Naz'ier, can you swim?" He's like, "Nah, ma, I can swim a little bit, but I can't swim that good." And you know, black mother, I said, "Don't you carry your ass over there by nobody water if you can't swim." This is
Mhm.
exactly what I said to my son. He's like, "No, mom." His friends didn't live in Patterson; they lived over here in Clifton or whatever. So he was like, "No, mom, it's not like that. It's like oh, lifeguards and stuff gonna be there. You know how kids like try to butter you up just so they can do what they
Mhm.
want to do." That's what he said. So the night before that, I was like, "Nah, it's like if you can't do that, don't if you can't swim, don't go over there fucking with the water." He was like, "Nah, ma, it's not like that. It's lifeguard and stuff." So I'm like, "Okay." The next day, I think it was like that day, that particular day, it was like 95 degrees. It was so fucking hot that day,
Mhm.
out of nowhere. And so it was a normal day. We woke up. He woke up. He woke up at like 11:30 or something like that. And I already hear his friends on the phone like, "Yeah, okay, so get your stuff. We come to blah blah blah." And so he's like, what he's saying? He's like, "Oh my, I'm gonna go with my friends and go swimming." Now he has a big friend group. It's not like one or two of them. It's like 16, 17 of them.
Mhm.
So he's like, "Oh," I was like, "All right, but make sure." I was like, "Nah, make sure you watch yourself, you protect yourself." Something about your intuition, it never scares you. One thing about my
Mhm.
intuition, every time it told me to check something, it was right. So he starts to leave, right? So he's getting prepared or whatever. They're all calling each other. They're on like a group call or whatever. And he's like, all right, mom, I'm about to leave. So I'm like, um, take that damn garbage out before you leave.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
fine. Take
Mhm.
that garbage out. So he's like, all right. So he was like, oh, my mom came back up here to stay with me because I had a stroke like like a year prior to that.
Mhm.
So my mom was in the house. He was like, oh, you know what? Just because of that, mom, I'm not giving you a kiss first. I'm gonna go give Nana a kiss. So then he goes with my mom a kiss, and he comes back to the kitchen. He comes back to the kitchen. He kissed me. He's like, I love you, mom, and I'll see you later. And I was like, I love you too, son. Those were my last words to him.
Mhm.
So in my kitchen with my kid, I never feel uneasy when my son leaves, like when he leaves the house. But this particular day, I felt uneasy. Like I felt uneasy. So he's walking up the street. I'm watching him walk up the street, and I never, ever, ever do that. I never do
Mhm.
that. So something was telling me in my mind. My mind told me to tell him to come back.
Mhm.
My mom was like, Shay, don't let him go. But I was like, no, because I'm one of them parents. You just can't do what you want to do.
I'm
You
telling you.
can't do what you want to
I'm
do.
telling you.
I need to know where you at, who you with, blah blah blah. You cannot do what you want to do. Not with me anyway.
Mhm.
So I watched him leave, and I'm like, when I say no, no me no. That's it. And so I feel like a lot of times, like when he wanted to do stuff, I held him back. Like, no, Nazir, no, you're only 15. Even though he thought he was 18 in his mind, you're only 15.
Mhm.
So I'm like, nah. So he's walking up the street or whatever, and I'm looking at him, cleaning my daughter's bottle, and I'm watching him walk up the street. And my mind told me to tell him to come back. But I said to myself, that's Nas. He'll be back.
Mhm.
I said to myself, like, you better share. And I literally went to my stairs and stopped to go down my stairs to call him. But I was like, nah, Shay, it's Nas. Like, he'll be okay. So the day went on. Now it's like, this. So he left about 12. My sister called me. She's like, oh, she lives around the corner from me. She's like, oh, can you come around the corner and do my hair? And I'm like, not really, don't want to. But I was like, whatever.
Mhm.
So like an hour later, I ended up going around the corner to my sister's house. And when I got out the car, my mind like a prayer. I remember this shit like yesterday. I walked through my sister's door and I was like, God, please let Nas be okay. I said that to myself, and I
Mhm.
never say like I never like like worry like that. But my
Mhm.
conscience was like eating me up. Like it was like something is going wrong. Something was gonna be wrong. And I said that to myself when I walked to my sister's house.
Mhm.
I was in my sister's house for like 20 minutes probably. I'm sitting in her house or whatever, and a number comes over across my phone. And I'm thinking like it's like either a bill collector or X or something. I'm like, I ain't answering that. I don't know who that, but it wouldn't hang up.
Mhm.
So I'm like, hello. Finally, I answered like before it got to like the last ring probably, and I'm like, hello, and you just hear screaming. They screaming. They like he went under the water. We don't know where he at. And the first thing I remember, I just jumped up like he can't swim, and I started running out the door. I ran out the door. I jumped in my car or whatever. My uncle was like trying to drive the kids, like, oh, I'm gonna send you. They're screaming, crying. I'm like, send me the location, send me the location, the location. So we're going to the location. We driving. I'm like losing my mind because now they calling me, they crying, and one of them like, no, no, we found them, we found them. So I'm like, oh God, thank God they found him, like, or whatever. Then they like, no, no, that's not him, that's not him. So now I'm like, how long has he been under the water? They like, for about 20 minutes.
Mm.
That right there sealed it. Like when they said 20 minutes, like all of my breath left my body. Like I just like, I was like, it's no way. It's just no way. Like I
Mm.
can't see. But I was like, you know what? God got the last say so. So, but I pulls up. They were at the reservoir. So their friend group, like I said, they got a big group, friend group.
Mhm.
It's like 12, 13 of them. This particular day was like 13 of them. One of the friends that's a little older than them, he
Mhm.
said that his cousin takes them to this lake where they go swimming at or whatever. And he was like, he's been there with his cousin. They go, they go do all this, whatever. So, but they were at Garrett Mountain by the reservoir.
Okay.
So what they thinking is a lake because they see
Mhm.
a big body of water
Mhm.
is the fucking reservoir. So, like, so they climbed all the way around the mountain. Like, I'm surprised that they did that. That was a big ass mountain and everything. So, once we get there, like, so I'm like, I get to where the location is trying to ping at, but there's already cops here, the news there, everybody already there.
Mm.
So now I jumped out the car
Mhm.
and I run to the cop and I'm like, I'm the mother of the child that's missing. Where is he at? And the news automatically put their cameras on
Are
me.
you kidding me?
They threw their cameras right in my face. Like, so the sheriff was like, no, back, like telling them basically back up. Like,
Mhm.
then they was like, come on, we're gonna escort you. So they escort me down a little bit more down like the road. We get down the road a little bit more, and if there's more cars, and he's like, go right there, go right there. So I jump out the car. I see them. I'm like, where's my son? Because now, remember, they're telling me that they found him.
Mhm.
I'm like, where's he at? So the cop's like, are you the mom? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, you gotta stay here. I was like, I don't want to stay here with y'all. So the kids, like, one of the kids popped out of nowhere, like, mom, up this path. Now this path is not no little path. Like, so I'm thinking like I'm gonna just run up a path and we'll be to the lake. It wasn't like that.
Mhm.
I was running for about like 10 minutes down this path. So that's how I said, like, to them, like, how did they manage to get there? Because the way that they got in, the way I got in is two different ways.
Mm.
So I run down this path now. You see all of them. So I see this house. I come up to a house,
Mhm.
and the owners of the house is standing there, and they just like crying. They just like in disbelief. And there's a fence. So the fence, it was a storm that came a little bit before that. The tree fell on the fence, so the fence was bent in.
Mhm.
So she's like, the lady's like, go over here, go right this way. So I jump the fence or whatever. I get through the fence, and it's just like grass like this, and then it's like the water.
Mhm.
I can swim, so the first thing I'm thinking, we about to go
Jumping.
in there.
Mhm.
So I'm running up. I'm about to jump in. The cops grab me. They're like, no, 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 you can't go. You can't go. Now, it's like the cops are on the scene. There's nobody there first. They're like, where did he go in? They're asking the kids questions. The kids are losing their mind. Everybody's screaming. I look over by the edge. I see his sneakers, his cell phone. I see all my son's stuff sitting there.
Mhm.
So the kids are just screaming and crying. And I'm like, well, what happened? Tell me what happened. So they were like, that I have videos. I have his phone, so I have videos to kind of sum up what, like, where,
Prior to.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, what happened? It was like, uh, he jumped in. He jumped in, but he didn't realize that it wasn't water. Like, it was like, because his friends, I have videos of his friends jumping in and all that. I guess my theory, because I know my son,
Mhm.
I don't think there was no foul play involved at all. I
Okay.
can't sit there and say that.
Okay.
If I did feel that way, I would have like pursued
Addressed
that,
it.
but I
Mhm.
don't feel like that. What I feel like happened was, you did 13 your friends or whatever. You the only one sitting on the cliff. Your friends like, oh, you scared. But also his friends told him like, if anything, we'll help you.
Mhm.
And that they did do. They attempted to. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
So I feel like my son jumped in, but he didn't know what followed after he jumped in. He didn't realize that the ground wasn't as close as you thought.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
now he starts panicking. So his friends jump in. They all jump in. They try to form like a human chain, like the one on the wall. Like my son panicked so much that he start pulling them down. Now mind you, these all kids still. These 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. Realistically, in real life situations, he panicking, you gonna panic. You ain't gonna think like an adult, like stop, don't do this. They're panicking now because he's panicking. He's like splashing and stuff. According to them, he's splashing all crazy, and he's there. He's trying to pull himself up on them, which is pulling them down. Long story short, like he just went under. He went under. When he went under, one of his friends dove to go under, but he couldn't see really, like under the water. So I guess that's where my son, that's where all of that came to his final moments right then and there. Like, but when he was like, they were like, Shay, it was like, Ma, like, we tried, like, they kept going under, like, to see if they could see him and put him up. But my son, by the time, I know people think that, like, when you start drowning, you float back to the top of the mountain. You don't. You don't.
You're right, because that panic, that definitely holds some weight.
Yeah, he sat down. So my son, so the cops come, like the cops is there, whatever. They down, so they're like, we're gonna call the helicopters. You gotta call the helicopters and move water. And she's like, they're like, we need something to move the water. We need the wings to move the water. So now I'm sitting out there. It's like an hour go by, but it's just like eerie feeling. Like it's no like I can't explain it. It's no way. Like everybody's death is gonna affect you some way somehow. But when it's your child, it's different. It's nothing I could compare it to. So it gets like it's so eerie to me. Like my mind, I'm like it's blank. So I call his dad. I'm like, look, Nas is missing. His dad comes up. His stepmom come up. We all up there. Now we just doing the waiting game. We waiting. So the chopper comes through. They got the drone out. The drone is just like trying, I guess, scan the water to see if they could see him. They got the helicopter. The helicopter is going low to move the water, but nothing. So we did that for about like 2 hours. I just standing there. I just like got like I like I'm on the ground. I'm on my knees. I'm praying. I don't even know. Like I was like lost, so lost. And then I start like feeling like as a parent, you just know. Like I can't explain it. I was like, and then I was like, start praying to them. I was like, nah, it's like show these people where you at. Like show them where you at. I like I know you gone. I just need to bring you home and put you to rest. Like that's what I need. I need. So this is. I'm telling them like, I need y'all to find my baby body. I need y'all to find his body. I need to lay him to rest. I can't that because prior to him drowning, like 8 months prior to that, another lady drowned here, and they never found her body. They never found her body. So when they heard that a 15-year-old was missing, it was like urgent that they get out. Shout out to Woodland Park Police Department
That's right. That's
them
right.
people work their ass off.
I know that.
They work their ass off, and they showed a lot of gratitude. Like they showed me like a lot of like compassion, patience. They showed me a lot of love. They showed me like they were really like working hard.
Yes, yes.
But by the time they kept doing that, they searching. They like, I was like, I'm leaving. I gotta get from up here. The hardest part for me was walking away. Like I know my kid came up here, but I'm leaving with a cell phone and some empty sneakers. I'm going. This is how I'm going home. Now they're all up. The kids are all up there crying. Everybody's losing it, and I'm like, I'm like, y'all don't ever come back up here. Like y'all shouldn't be up here. Y'all and the people who housed where the reservoir is, they were so compassionate.
Did they have cameras?
They did, but the cameras only face their door. The cameras don't face the reservoir because that's not their property. That's the water commissioner, Passaic Valley Water Commission. But they should have had cameras.
Right.
They're supposed to have security at the gates, security cameras, and guards up there. When my son died, they always up there. They fixed all the holes in the fences. They had security up there. They had the cameras working and all of that. Like they didn't have none of that shit probably. Those kids, not to be funny, these are Hispanic and African American kids in a fucking white neighborhood. These white people call them cops on them. When they were coming up there, they were calling the cops.
Right.
So the cops were aware that the kids was coming up there. Even though that was my son's first time being there, they were aware that the kids
because he said his cousins bring him there.
Yep. So and they was like the people in the house. They were like, we told them that these kids were coming up here. We told them that. So she was like, it should have been, no excuse. We let them know that these kids were coming up here. So I go home. They give me a call about 8 o'clock. They're like, they got to suspend the search because it's too dark. I get it. I understood, but it don't make it so no easier. So now, as a parent, I'm sitting. My mind, like my kid that was sitting in bed last night is in the body of water, and I gotta go home without the kid. That's my mind was like, but I get it. So the next one, they said that they were gonna start their search at I think say 6 a.m. or something like that. I woke up. The next day was the worst part for me because then I realized it's not a dream. The next, like I don't that night, I don't even remember that night. Like I think I drunk so much, like I kind of blacked myself out to sleep. Like, so the next day I woke up or whatever, and I was like, damn, like it really set in. Like he gone. Like I'm in his blanket. I'm in his room. I got his blanket. I'm in the bed. And my family's like, let's go up there, Shay. Let's go. I'm like, give them a chance to do their job. Like, let them do their job. But, like, I don't want to go up there and overwhelm the situation. Right. I'm already overwhelmed. I don't, but my family, some of my family is up there at 6 a.m. They ain't care at 7. So I woke up and it was like 7:30 or something like that. And I was like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Let them do their job. So I goes up there, like, they call me. They give me a call at 7:30 and tell us they're going to start the search at 8. I go up there around like 9. So already his family, his dad, their family, my family, my friends, we all up there. It's a lot of us up there. So everybody's like just searching. We waiting for answers. We just standing there like the cops again show a lot of compassion. They were very sensitive about the situation or whatever. And they was like, what they say, so we start seeing the boats, like the boats are coming. And what's crazy? Patterson did not want to die for my baby.
Wow.
Patterson did not want to die. All the surrounding towns died. Total, Hawthorne, Clifton, all of these towns. Patterson did not want to die because they said the water was too shallow. The water wasn't shallow, by the way. Patterson refused to die. The sheriff, Beardick, whatever his name was, that passed away, he made them die. He made them die.
Right, this your job.
He was like, nah, you guys are gonna go die. Like, nah, we not. Go get them boats in the water. So now we got all these surrounding towns with the boats in the water. All these boats. So we see it now. We just seeing boats everywhere. Boats, whatever. 8 o'clock they started their search. At 8:41 they found my son's body in the same spot that he jumped in at. He was 41 feet down in the water. So the way the reservoir is that it's like a level ground, but it tips over like this, and it tips over and it goes deeper. Actually, 75 feet. A lot of people don't know that it's actually 75 feet.
So it's like a little hill.
It's a hill. So the biggest issue that they was having, like, we hope he didn't, the reservoir has like filters and shit. So they were the biggest issue, like, we hope that he's not in one of those filters, like. So when they died and they found him, he was exactly where he jumped in at, just 41 feet down, still sitting in the same spot. So we start to see the boat sweep, but nobody's telling us anything. Like, we like, where y'all going? Get your asses back there. They was like, no, we just moving the boat to the other side. Because then again, they can't tell me. Like, we found them already or whatever. Going on like 11, 12 o'clock. The helicopter pulls up. The chopper pulls up. Choppers are on the scene. The news threatened to come tell me about them finding him to get my reaction. So the news people were trying to come tell me, like they were trying to get to me, but we already, like, me and my family was already like kind of blocked off by cops. So they were trying to get to me to let me know that they found them. I guess they wanted to see my reaction on camera.
Wow.
So the mayor comes up. It's me, like I said, me, my family, like all of us, his dad. So the mayor comes and the sergeant, and they pull me and his dad aside, and they like, we found his body, and nobody could hear that. Like, my family member is over there. But as soon as they told us that, we both dropped to the ground. And it kind of set off a chain reaction. And now everybody's screaming and crying. And this is chaos. It's like devastating. There's no way to, it's devastating. Even though I knew the news didn't make it less. It didn't make it no.
Right.
Like, so we just crying and stuff. We on the floor, and I'm like, or whatever. They was like, they want to do the best that they could, to make my family comfortable and all that. Then they come and they was like, oh, you got to identify him. And I was like, oh, like,
Oh my God.
they like, you got to identify his body. And I'm like, in my mind, I don't want to because
Mhm.
I'm thinking everything the worst. Like, I'm like, he's not going to be himself. He's in the water for 24 hours. He look, I don't know. I'm like thinking about all of that.
Mhm.
So basically, they're like, they come to me, they give me his belongings, his jewelry and stuff that he had on. They took it all off, and his nose ring, everything. They give it to me, in this little envelope, and they're like, they just showed me the picture of him, and it was like, is this him? And I'm like, yeah. He actually looked like he was sleeping. He didn't look
That's
any
good.
different. He looked like he was sleeping. His hair was just shrunk from the water, but he looked
Mhm.
like he was sleeping. After that, they were like, because they waited to get like the medical examiner, everybody up there before they even told me that he died. That I meant that they found him. They
Mhm.
waited till everybody came. They cut another hole in the fence to just like move his body without it being on the news or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and it was just like chaos. Like I think that day, like when I went home, like I didn't. I mean, I can't say that I felt relief that they found him, but
Mhm.
it was just starting to me. Like the way I was, it was literally just starting to me. Like, and so I was so like out of it. I don't even know like how I carried myself those days. Like how I was so like gone
Mhm.
from reality. Like my even everybody's coming over. People there. They want to talk. They want to know how you feeling. They want to know. Everybody want to talk. And you just like gone. So I was there, but I wasn't really there. Like even my kids were young at the time. My boy was
Mhm.
like 7 or 8, going on 8, or something like that. My daughter was 1, so it was just like how do you even tell them? Like she wouldn't understand, but they would
Right.
know. Like how do you even tell them?
So how was that for you?
I mean, with them, they were. I don't think they grasp because my boys are autistic. They have
Okay.
autism,
Mhm.
but they understand.
Mhm.
But I don't think that they grasped it at that time when I told them that.
Okay.
Like I told them, I was like, Naz'ier's gone, and he's not coming back or whatever. And it was like, oh, well, did he take his clothes and stuff? Is he gonna come back? They were just asking like the
Mhm.
little random questions, but I don't think they grasped it at the time. Like they knew like what it means that he was like deceased, but I don't think that it really like set in like he's gone until like honestly like for like a year and a half later that I
Mhm.
was like, oh, so he's not coming back. Like he's
Mhm.
really not coming back.
Mhm.
And I got him everywhere. He's everywhere. He's all over my house. He's with
Mhm.
everything I got. So now, like, and I have his ashes. I cremated him because I didn't want it to be like I have restrictions on when I could see my child.
Right.
So I mean, to each his own. I
Mhm.
didn't want it like say for example, if I get up and move, my child is coming with me. He is coming with me. Everything
Absolutely.
that I do, he's gonna be a part of, and I
Mhm.
carry, and even this little thing right here, his ashes in this little bullet thing right here.
Mhm.
I carry him with me everywhere I go. I don't and I always try like my best to like keep like his memory definitely alive. Like everything we do, we still include him with it. Like Christmas,
Yes.
Thanksgiving, everything that we do as a family.
Mhm.
And I have 4 kids. I
That's
have
right.
four
That's
kids.
right.
One is just in heaven. I have 4 kids, so I
Mhm.
don't like sugarcoat that. But that day, like it was like the worst day of my life. Honestly, it was the worst day. I never like. I felt like in my life, like I don't know. I was like God always spared me from like devastation. Like things hurted me in my life, but I never been like devastated until
Mhm.
that point. Like it was that was the most devastating thing to ever happen to me in my life, and still to this day. Like even though I could talk about it now and I'm
Mhm.
okay with it, it still hurt. Like I still think about him every single day of my life. I don't get up and not
Mhm.
think about my child. I pray to him. Like I talk to him. Like everything that I do in my daily day, I still include him in it. I
That's
don't,
right.
just like leave him out. Like
Mhm.
but I keep him alive, and that's more important to me.
So do how do you feel like you should have or do you feel any way about you not when you said that you wanted to call him back? How do you
Yeah, I
feel about
blame
that?
myself for that a lot for long. I was like, I told like if you would have did this, this would never happen. If you would have
Mhm.
said no, this wouldn't happen. And that for a long time, I was mad as hell at the world. I don't care. I was.
But you know it's crazy. I'm sorry to cut you off. Cause I'm that mom too. Like my son, he always asks me like, could he go places, and I always not like it be like random places I just don't want him there. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of like the mean mom
Yeah,
saying
I'm a
like,
no mom, and
so
it's
I know
okay.
I get it when you say like, that was the time where you just
The
like let
one
me
time I let
shut.
him go, and this was it was, and that's what kind of made me so mad. I was mad. I was mad for a long time. I was angry because I was like, why my child? Like, out of all those kids there, not to say that I wanted to be somebody else's, no, but why mine? I was so mad. I was like, all these people doing evil shit in the world, and you take my kid or whatever. Like, I question God. I ain't gonna lie. I question him. I like, it made me think like different. I was like, on a drinking binge. Like, I was drinking heavy. Like, I was mad as hell. Like, I took off for like a month from work or whatever. But then, my son died, and my son's death triggered my dad's death. So my dad died 10 days after my son. But I couldn't grieve my dad because I was so wrapped up in my son. I was like, damn, like, my dad had health. He had health issues and stuff like that. He had complications and things like that. So to me, if it would have happened, like, it's something that's kind of expected because I know what my father was dealing with. But with my son, I couldn't grasp it. I was like, why my kid? Like, why? This can't be. No, you got to show me something. And I was mad. I was mad for like, I ain't gonna lie, for like a year and a half. Bro. I was pissed. I was
So
angry.
what helped you? What would you
I
say?
started to stop being selfish and stop thinking why me and not why not me. Why not me? Let's be real. Like, what made me so different from any other parent? Why not me? At the end of the day, that's to me that was written before it even happened. It
Absolutely.
was written before. That was just his destiny. That was his way, his timing to go. I take pride in knowing that he wasn't murdered or anything like that because that probably would have been different for me. Like, I see a lot of parents whose kids got murdered, and I just it's a different kind of hurt. Like, like, damn, like somebody really took my child, but this was a, a self doing it in a way. It was his own way, And I feel like I was just so mad, and then after a while, I just started like saying I had to like kind of look at myself, and I always say like I need therapy. I still think to this day I need therapy, honestly, but I had to look at things in a different light. Like, why not you, Shay? Why not you? Whatever his mission here, it was done.
That's right.
It was done. Whatever he came here to do, it was done. And God took him the way that he knew how to take him, whether I liked it or not. And I had to accept that for it took me a long because I was like nasty, like mean, angry, like falling out with my friends.
But I
Like,
don't get that from you
no,
today.
no, because it took me a long. I'm so like in a peaceful place now. I don't
Mhm.
insert myself. My son's death changed my life. Like, one
Mhm.
death could change your life, and I swear his death changed my life. Like, I'm nowhere near the person I used to be. I'm nowhere near that person. Like, I literally desert myself out of everything. You
Mhm.
people barely see me. When they do see me, they like, "Damn, where you been?" I don't go out. I don't. I'm a family person now. I'm home with my kids. I'm working. I'm whatever. Like, if I want to go out, I'll go out. But I'm really that situation really changed my whole life. It makes me like look at things different. It makes me kind of appreciate people more because I'm like one of those people. I used to be like, fuck you. I don't care. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Fuck you. But it makes me like kind of, I started giving people more chances to see if like life would be, if these people are needed in my life. It made me start like certain things, like a lot of things, a lot of outputs. I don't insert myself into drama. I don't
Right.
do any of that. I literally stay to myself, be about my kids, my family, and that's that. It kind of changed my life. It really altered my life to be this person. I can't be selfish to my other kids because I
That's
lost
right.
one. I
Mhm.
still have three more who still depend on me, who still rely on me, who still looks at me like they're superwoman. And I can't just say fuck them because
Mhm.
my heart hurts. It's selfish for me to be that way towards them. So I feel like his death has definitely gave me a different outlook on life, how I deal with people, who I deal with. Like, it's just like, just staying out the mix, just changing your energy. And I feel like in a good way
That's
now.
good.
I like my new life.
Mhm.
I mean, minus him not being here. I like
Right.
my new
Right.
life. I like to be
Okay.
like this. So that's kind of my peace. And every day is a different day for me. I ain't gonna lie. Some days I just don't want to. I don't want to be
Mhm.
bothered. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just like. Mm. But then I be like, you know what, Chase, just open up more, be this person, like be more understanding. I'm trying working on that, but At this point, I could say I'm okay with his passing. I accepted it. I'm not angry anymore about
You
it.
healing.
Yeah,
You.
I'm not angry anymore. And
Mhm.
I mean, we're gonna meet again one
That's
day.
right.
So I mean, I'll be like, hold it down for me, son, until I get there, okay? And
Mhm.
you know, if my dad, when my dad passed away or whatever, like right after him, it kind of gave me a little bit of comfort because I'm like,
He with him.
yeah,
They
yeah.
together.
And his
Yeah.
grandmother is also passed. His dad's mom, she passed away a couple years ago, so it made me just have like a little bit of comfort, like
Mhm.
he's with loved ones. I'm
That's
not there
right.
yet, but he
Mhm.
with
They
loved
taking
ones.
care of
Yeah,
right.
so that's what I think what keeps me going every day, like
Okay.
that type of energy all the way around.
Okay. So what would you what is something that you would tell like another mom that may be going through and that's not maybe healing or that can't that's trying to heal and don't know which route to take?
First, it's okay to cry. Crying is like I'm not a really a crier, but I think crying has got me through a lot of like just letting it out because when you hold it in,
Mhm.
it just falls up. It really just falls up. I think that was number one, but like more importantly, praying. I know it sounds cliche, but you gotta put your faith in somebody. You
That's
gotta
right.
put your faith. It's not gonna be when you want it to be done.
Mhm.
It's gonna take time. It's not gonna be a tomorrow thing. It's still technically, really, realistically, even though I accept my son passes, I'm not even healed like from it. You know, it's so
Absolutely.
hard to go
It's a
on my
work in progress every day.
everyday life and know that I don't have this child that I gave birth to.
Mhm.
But you gotta pray on it. I mean, praying, talk to people about it, because I didn't want to talk to nobody about it for a while. I didn't want to. I was like, I didn't want to talk to people about it because I felt like people wouldn't understand because they weren't in my position. And it's crazy, like even when he died, like when he first died, like the news like harassed me. They harassed me so much to like they were in my emails, they were my GoFundMe, they were like calling act like they had interviews for like jobs. They was like reaching out to that. They was wow. He didn't
Mm.
want to cover this story, but they didn't have permission to put my son's face on the TV
Platform. Mhm.
because I knew that people would have an opinion. That's fine. I'm all for people's opinion. I mean, their
Mhm.
opinion don't matter to me. But when it comes to healing, you can't really worry about what people say. And I gotta kind of like, I'm still working on that because if you mention my son in a negative way, it's gonna be an issue. It's
Absolutely.
gonna be an issue. This is why I kind of desert myself from everything.
Mhm.
But it's okay to talk to people about it. It's okay to let it out. Like it's okay to cry. It's okay to, you can write it down if you got to. Like write it in a journal or something. Like every day is gonna be a different day for me personally speaking. Every day is a different day. I don't live the same life every single day.
Mhm.
It's a journey. It's different. I mean, but it's okay to have those emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable because that's what you are. When you go through stuff like that, you're vulnerable. Everybody know like stuff like that hurts. So I mean, if another from parent to parent, I know no everybody loves their kids different. People even know no matter how your child passed away, as a mother, it's still your child.
Mhm.
And so it hurts. It's like you have to really, I think, talk about it. If not talk about it, pray about it. Pray about it. Just see some comfort in it. See something you could like look at all the negative stuff, but you gotta see like what did you get out of the deal? Like yeah, like you had such and such years with your child. We all on borrowed
Makes
time.
sense.
We
Uh
all on
huh.
borrowed
Uh
time. One
huh.
day we all gonna get up out of here. But I just cherish like the time I had with him, the years that I had with him, the kind of kid he was, and I think that with parents, when your kid passes away, that's
Mhm.
the things that you gotta look at, like the things that kind of give you that little smile when you're thinking about them. Like that's what I feel like it should be.
Okay.
But it's a process. So just like one day at a time, honestly, just
Okay.
one day at a time.
Okay. And if you had if you was able to speak to your son and say something to him, what would be something that you would say?
I'm not upset. I know he probably would think like my mom mad as hell. Like she probably because he knows me. Like my son knows me. He know why I'm gonna give
Mhm.
it to 100. Like,
Mhm.
and he know I don't care. I'm the yes, I am the mother that yells. What the hell you doing?
Yeah, I ain't know.
I'm a
I ain't.
threaten to
Don't
beat.
get too
Yeah,
paranoid.
I'm a threaten to beat you, but I ain't even got no belt. But I was like, if I gotta go there, I don't mind. But
Okay.
I ain't. But I don't want him to think that if I could talk to him, like let him know that, like I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You died being a kid. You died doing what you wanted to do for fun. And
Mhm.
that's what we miss more than we know. More than we know. You miss like your love. We love you, and that's like at the end of the day, we all gonna meet again under whatever circumstances. We will meet again. But I
Mhm.
wanted him to know like he was definitely loved. I know he was loved or whatever.
Mhm.
And he was like, but he was a great kid overall. Like I wasn't disappointed. Never disappointed me. I can't sit here and say like, oh, he was a disappointment as a child. He wasn't. He wasn't. He really wasn't. So I want to know like if I could talk to him like, what, son, I'm not mad. You died doing what you love, what you wanted to do, and
Mhm.
you died being a kid. I ain't nobody hunted you down. You were murdered. You lived your life, and unfortunately, that incident cost you your life. But just know that your life still goes on. We still continue.
Absolutely.
We
Yes.
still,
Yes.
we
And
still.
I love that. I see y'all all the time.
Yeah,
Everybody, the friends, the
they
family,
love.
everybody.
Listen, they turn
Yes.
up. They turn up for him. I'm trying to tell you.
That's
And then a lot of
right.
times, I don't even know that be about to happen. Like
Mhm.
a lot of times with like a lot of proms and things that they do, they don't even tell me about that. They just pop up like, oh, mommy, look, oh, look, mom, look,
Aw.
the
And
all.
that's the genuine love. That's the
Yeah, like,
I love
and they
that.
really like they got kids. Like a couple of them have kids, and then the kids after them. They got a lot of them have like tattoos in memory of him
Mhm.
or whatever. Like he's still very much relevant in his friends. And
Mhm.
4 years later, that's rare to find.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
when you die, as soon as they put you to the ground, they throw that flower on you, and they go back to their life.
Uh huh.
Nobody don't check up on your mama, nobody. But these kids literally call me for everything. Hey mom, how you doing? They keep me updated with what's going on in school, who's in college, whatever. They literally like still show up to my house just to see his urn and
Mhm.
everything that they do, they include him in. And that's what
Beautiful.
I love about it. It's the real genuine love with them, and that's what I love. It's hard to find real friends.
Yes, it
It's
is.
hard to
Yes, it is.
find.
And let me tell you, your mother know who your real
And
friends
listen,
is.
hello,
Okay?
hello. And it's crazy because I told him right before I was like, get him out of your own. I used to be like yelling at him like,
Mhm.
Naz'ier, stop fucking following people. Do what you need to do. Find your
Mhm.
own, your own path or whatever. And he did. He found his own path. He found his own group of friends. He found He found good friends. So like I can say like everything with him that happened to him, it was on his own doing. So I can't say nobody made him do it or made
Mhm.
nah, it was him. I honestly believe that because I know my child. So I mean, unfortunate that it happened, but like today, like days like this, I could sit here and talk about it. Like you would
Mhm.
told me about 3 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about this. I wouldn't because I still wasn't in that place to talk about it.
Right.
But now it's like I'm okay with it, and I hope like people when people see like where I am or whatever. Even though
Mhm.
mothers, everybody has their own journey of healing. Like let's be clear.
Absolutely.
Hope that this encourages like people to start talking about it or start being more,
Yes,
or
yes.
whatever. Because everything is a working process. You gotta pray on it. Like,
That's right. And we all going through something.
yeah, nobody's
And
perfect.
and not for nothing in this day and time we all could help each other by, expressing it and just it's like each one teach one.
Right, right,
Like
right. Yeah, I hope. And that's crazy. I went to a group like I went a couple years ago. I didn't go like recently. This
mhm.
a lady. I think her name is Delwana.
Mhm.
She's friends with my mom. She throw these like dope events for like parents that lost their child or whatever.
Mhm.
Like no matter how you lost your child, she throws these events for like grieving moms, and like that event that she throws is really like of the real deal. Like it's like
Mm.
it helps. Like they talk about everything, like the stages of grief and all that. Like stuff like that helps too. Like when you go to things and you see other people tell their story, like
Right.
it's not just me feeling like this. It ain't just me.
Uh-huh.
Her events like kind of help out like when I encourage like parents that's in like that has kids they lost kids or whatever. I
Mhm.
encourage them to like go to her events or whatever because they're really helpful. It's really helpful. It helps like just help you deal like get it
Mhm.
out. Just stay
Right,
safe. You
right.
can cry. Nobody ain't gonna judge you like why she over there crying. Like
Mhm.
so I think like that also helps too. Like going places with other parents that's been through this
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Do you do that often?
No, I'm real like mm, I like to be left alone. It
Okay.
makes sense. Like I will,
On your time.
yeah, I will, but I don't. I mean, it's not something that I do often because I do it with my family. You understand?
Mhm.
Like me and my family, we talk about it. Like, but my man, we always talking about it, whatever. Like, I have people to talk about it with.
Right. Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
these things that even when something's bothering me or whatever, I have a partner to talk to, or my mom or whatever, my friends, my best friends, whoever. I got, so I got people that I could talk to about it. And so, I mean, if you were feeling like you in your healing journey on your own, I would
Mhm.
definitely recommend these kind of events that she
Okay.
has. They
Okay.
help. They help. They do.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I appreciate
Thank
you
you for
for
having me,
coming.
girl. You the
And
bomb.
I always say, like, your strength is unmatched.
Thank
Do
you.
you understand me?
It took me a while to get here,
I
girl.
love this journey that you
Thank
on.
you. I
I love who
appreciate
you
it.
are
I
today.
appreciate you, girl.
And I
Thank you
just
for
want you to
having me.
keep working on yourself. And
Definitely.
thank
Thank you for having
you.
me, boo. Thank you.